What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down Ghostface's appearance across multiple different video games, whether it's strategy, fighting games, and everything in between, all the way up until Mortal Kombat 1's release of Ghostface, which is in a week or two. I'm super excited to share more of Ghostface on the channel when he releases, but with that being said, if you guys are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button as I'm trying to reach 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and comment your guys' thoughts on Ghostface in all of these games. Did you guys play any of these games? Let me know down below in the comments. With that being said, let's start it off. Starting out in 2008 with one of his most iconic appearances in Terrordrome: Rise of the Boogeyman. Now, this was a PC indie game started in 2008, which had multiple updates throughout the years up until 2015, where you could play as multiple different horror icons alongside characters like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and some smaller ones like Pumpkinhead, which is super cool, and Reanimator, which is a super underrated horror movie, by the way. But Ghostface was in this game, slashing people up, going across the screen, and even doing fatality type moves, which looked really sick, even though this was a 2D low-res indie fighting game online. It was very, very cool. It's kind of hard to play nowadays, but you can still find it online if you have that interest. That brings us to 2011, where Ghostface got his very own mobile game. Now, this was based off of Scream 4, arguably the worst one, but in my opinion, that goes to Scream 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But with that said, Ghostface got a Scream 4 mobile game. This was super cool at the time, and it had a very fun mechanic where you would slash the characters using your finger across the screen in different patterns, which was fun and interactive, but the game itself was very mediocre, especially by today's standards. You can't find it on the App Store anymore, but hopefully with the new Scream franchise popping off, we can get more Scream in mobile games soon. And then only a year later, we got a hilarious costume in Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise. Now, if you guys have never played Naughty Bear 2, these were iconic games back in the day when I was growing up, where you played as a funny little teddy bear killing people, other teddy bears, and it was so stupid but a lot of fun. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And in this second game, they had a ton of different costumes to dress your character as, one of which being Ghostface, and they even recreated the opening scene of the first Scream for the trailer, which is hilarious. And I love the dedication that the Naughty Bear team put into all of the extra content for this game, and I really hope that Naughty Bear makes a comeback, because this is definitely a game that I have a lot of memories playing on the PlayStation 3 and 4. Speaking of Ghostface DLC, in 2019, one of the most iconic horror games of all time added Ghostface into their game. That is, of course, Dead by Daylight. Personally, I love Dead by Daylight. I really do wish that I played it more often, because when it first came out, I was playing this game almost every single night for the first few years, and this game is lots of fun. So when they added Ghostface, the hype was real. This was one of the first like big movie characters that they added to for like crossovers, so this was really exciting and opened the doors for a lot of other horror characters to go into Dead by Daylight. So Ghostface needed a updated look for Dead by Daylight, which was really refreshing to see, because we always see Ghostface in the same mask and cloak, but this one he actually has a little bit of a different cloak if you look at the texture, and he had some different masks that you could equip too, which was really fun. Now, personally, if you haven't tried Dead by Daylight and you really want a new survivalist horror game to try, I totally recommend it, especially since it's on a lot of different platforms. Then only a few years later, in 2021, Ghostface made a genre shift to the shooters. That's right, Ghostface was added to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Warzone in 2021, part of their Season 6 content. This is insane, because seeing Ghostface with a gun is already kind of weird, and seeing him in Call of Duty was even crazier. I mean, this game has tons and tons of item shop stuff, which is a bit of controversy, but I think everyone could universally agree that Ghostface was worth the money. He was also an announcer during their Ghosts of Verdansk limited time game mode. I don't know how to say that perfectly, but this is a character that has now reached a level of rarity in the community. So if you have a Ghostface skin and running around, it's pretty cool. Then in 2022, Ghostface got a really weird collaboration, and that is with Innersloth, who makes Among Us. They announced that Ghostface would be coming as a decorative item for your character in Among Us, which honestly, if you think about it, makes a lot of sense. Both Scream and Among Us are about a group of people who are just going about in their inner circles, and one of them happens to be a killer trying to off everyone else. While we're all pointing fingers and trying to blame everyone, this killer is out there attacking. And this kind of makes a lot of sense for Among Us, so I'm actually kind of glad that they added this into the game. I don't personally play it nowadays, but in COVID times, it was a lot of fun to play with family. Before we get to our final game, I want to bring up a couple of honorable mentions. Firstly, there is a Scream fan game, which is okay at best. You kind of just roam around and you're seeing all these different murders happen and fighting with Ghostface, and then it has a horrible twist at the end, but I'll just leave it at that. Then there is also Ghostface's appearance sort of in Hitman, where you don this different outfit that kind of looks like Ghostface, kind of doesn't, but obviously it's a homage. That brings us to our final game. In 2024, we will be getting Ghostface in only a couple weeks in Mortal Kombat 1. This is one of the most requested characters for Mortal Kombat I have ever seen. Anytime that I talk about fan requested characters on this channel, Ghostface is at the top of the list every single time. He's #1 in the comments, he's #1 in the videos. He is, of course, the character that people wanted the most this year, and we're finally getting him in a couple of weeks. This is so exciting. Now, obviously, there's been mods for Smoke, you know, bringing Ghostface into the game early, but his gameplay looks a lot more brutal and definitely more sinister than anything we've seen in Mortal Kombat from a human character before. I'm super excited. I don't know who is underneath that mask. Maybe it's somebody from the different franchises, or maybe it's just Johnny Cage playing Ghostface. You never know. It does look like there's 2 of them though, from fatalities and gameplay, so I'm super excited to see if we can even see what's underneath the mask when people break the game. But until then, we've got a couple of trailers for Ghostface. He's got tons of different iconic masks that we can equip, which looks super fun. They've got the Dead by Daylight mask, they've got the bloody mask from like the Halloween store, they've got a scorpion and Baraka looking mask. It's super cool. I'm excited. He comes out in a couple weeks, so if you guys don't want to miss some Scream Ghostface gameplay, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm trying to reach 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you want to help me with that, hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoy, and leave your guys' thoughts down below on Ghostface's appearances in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Which game do you like Ghostface in the most? I know it's going to be Mortal Kombat though. With that being said, have fun, be respectful, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.